Hello, my lovelies, and happy Monday. I hope you all had a happy Easter. And if you're like me, I hope you have lots of coffee to get you moving today, because I really think we should get the Monday off after Easter too, because I'm tired, guys. So I am Terry True Crime. Welcome to Midday Missing. We are part of TCWT Media, but Midday Missing is where we highlight current missing person cases that need more attention. Now, guys, we have some very, very exciting news to share with you today. And I am just absolutely thrilled about it. TCWT Media has decided to branch out and start covering live court trials. You heard me right, live court trials. Now, starting tomorrow morning at 8:30 Eastern, our producer Tara will be hosting Couch Court with Llama, and she will be covering the spicy retrial of Karen Reed live Monday through Friday, estimated to last about 6 to 8 weeks. So, guys, you want to grab your snuggiest blanket, some delicious snacks, and get ready to watch court TV with your internet besties. She will also be having some friends join her during the trial. I'm going to try to pop in as well, and I need to warn you guys, if you know nothing about this case, it is crazy. It is insane, okay? It's insane. I not a huge trial person, but I'm becoming one, and this trial is why. So definitely come over here and join us. Now, as for Midday Missing, we will be starting Midday Missing just a little bit later while the trial is streaming. So we will go live at 12:15 Central Time instead of noon. We will do it when court is at lunch. Okay, guys? So you definitely want to see this. And let me tell you, look at that logo. Look at Llama sitting there. Okay, guys? I think that is my best logo that I have ever seen someone make. Okay? So I'm excited. Well, guys, I have to tell you, I'm going to warn you, this first case is very hard. Okay. And I'm going to try and make it through without crying. But I do have a waterproof mascara just in case I can't. It's heartbreaking for so many reasons. If you're new here, my monkey butt, my granddaughter, we call her monkey butt. This little boy's just, yeah. So let's just get started. Today, we shine the light on the disappearance of a little boy who touched so many hearts and a child whose case continues to weigh heavily on his family, the community, and all of the investigators still searching for answers. This is the story of Michael Joseph Vaughn, lovingly known as Monkey. See, guys, right off the bat. So he vanished without a trace from his Fruitland, Idaho neighborhood on July 27th, 2021. Now, today we'll walk through Michael's story, retrace the timeline, discuss the investigation, and show you how you can help. Okay? Because someone out there knows what's happened. And together, we can help bring him home and give his family the justice and the peace they deserve. Now, Michael Joseph Vaughn was just 5 years old when he disappeared, guys. 5 years old. He was 3 feet 7 inches tall. He weighed around 50 pounds. He was a wee little thing, okay? He had blonde hair and bright blue eyes. Like I said, his nickname was Monkey, and they say it was a fitting tribute to his love for climbing and his boundless energy. Now, at the time he went missing, Michael was wearing a light blue Minecraft t shirt, dark blue boxer briefs with a green stripe, and flip flop sandals. Guys, I can just picture him dressed like that. And it just, my mind, it just, yeah. He lived in a quiet, close knit neighborhood on Southwest 9th Street in Fruitland, Idaho. Guys, everyone described it as safe and family friendly. Now, Michael was adventurous, playful, and full of joy. He loved macaroni and cheese, pizza, and ice cream. Um, who doesn't? And anything involving monster trucks. He enjoyed hunting frogs, just like my monkey butt, going camping and fishing with his family, just like my monkey butt. His favorite color was blue, and he especially loved the 4th of July because it was a holiday filled with fireworks and fun. I mean, oh, okay, I'm getting it together, guys. He was about to start kindergarten and he was excited. Okay. He adored playing video games, especially Minecraft with his older brother. Now, his mom, Brandi Neal, and his dad, Tyler Vaughn, describe him as a fearless, loving child with a big personality and an even bigger heart. Now, on Tuesday, July 27th, 2021, temperatures soared into the 100s. It was a hot day, okay? Michael was home for summer break with his dad and siblings. So his mom, Brandy, left for work around noon that day. It had been an ordinary summer afternoon. Now, at approximately 4 p.m., Brandy called home to check in. She spoke briefly with Michael and told him she loved him, and she said she'd tuck him in that night. Now, Michael was in the living room playing video games. Now, at around 6:30 p.m., Tyler left the room to go check on their napping daughter. He changed her diaper, then made a call to order pizza for dinner. And guys, that call has been verified with a timestamp. But when he returned to the living room just minutes later, Michael was gone, guys. And his dad, Tyler, began checking around the house and outside calling for Michael. Now, after a frantic search turned up nothing, he made two urgent phone calls around 7 p.m., one to 911 and one to Brandy. Brandy said she recalls hearing the panic in Tyler's voice as he shouted for Michael. She said the sound in his voice stuck with me. She later said her coworker said, "Girl, leave immediately. Get out of here." So Brandy raced home. As she entered her neighborhood, she saw police at the local splash pad, then further down her street, and finally in her own driveway. Tyler was already speaking with an officer. Neighbors were already out searching. Drones scanned the area. Canine units were deployed. Boats began searching the nearby Snake River. Hundreds of community members assisted, checking fields, irrigation ditches, and surrounding properties. Police issued a missing and endangered child alert at 8:20 p.m., sending messages via phone, email, and a text. 4 alerts were issued between 8:20 and 11:20. Michael's information was entered into the NCIC, which is the National Crime Information Center database, and it was shared nationwide. Guys, I have to say response was amazing. So many times we see law enforcement not jump, they ran away, whatever. Not this time. So I want to give credit where credit is due. They got called around 7. They were issuing that endangered alert by 8:20. That is amazing. So Fruitland, y'all did an amazing job. Now, it's believed that Michael left through the garage since the front door was difficult to open and made noise. Now, multiple witnesses reported seeing Michael in the neighborhood, asking if their children could come out to play. One neighbor confirmed he knocked on her door, but her kids couldn't go out and play. Guys, he just wanted to go play and have fun. That was the last known sighting. Now, canines tracked his scent to the end of the street where it abruptly ended. Now, multiple agencies joined the search, guys. I'm going to tell you who because it's impressive. Fruitland Police Department, Idaho State Police, FBI, the Fruitland Fire Department, Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue, Mountain State Detective Dogs, Fruitland Public Works, Fayette County Prosecutor's Office, and Washington County Sheriff's Office. I mean, guys, that is impressive. Okay, that's impressive. Now, Fruitland police announced they were looking for two vehicles and two individuals who may have been in the area at the time. Okay, a 2016 to 2020 white Honda Pilot. The car was seen on surveillance footage leaving the area of Southwest 8th Street around 6:47 p.m. Now, also a 2010, 2011 blue Dodge Avenger. Okay, now the male, they're looking for a shirtless male with dark hair and dark shorts, and then a male with dark hair, white t-shirt, and black shorts seen walking through the splash pad area of Crestview Park. Now, guys, police have emphasized these are not suspects. They are individual who might have seen something important and they don't even know it. Okay. In November 2022, a major development occurred when a credible tip was called in, and Sarah Wandra was arrested and charged with failure to report a death in connections to Michael's disappearance. Now, her husband, Stacy Wonder, allegedly told police that Sarah knew of Michael's death but never reported it. Now, recently released body cam footage of Stacy explaining to police where to find Michael's remains. She said they were buried on their property. That surfaced on YouTube. Now, you can find that video on YouTube at Clutch Them Pearls. Love that name. Now, the couple lived on Red Wing Street, just minutes from Michael's home. Their backyard was excavated. Some evidence was recovered, though Michael's remains were not found. Authorities believe his body was buried there and later removed. Now, Sarah and Stacy are considered suspects, along with two other men who lived at the residence. Adrian Lucen and Brandon Shirtliff, both from Ohio. Now, guys, Sarah's charges were dismissed without prejudice in spring of 2023. That means they can be refiled. Now, Payette County prosecuting attorney filed the motion to drop the charges, stating that based on evidence from the Idaho Supreme Court 2018 ruling in State versus Aikens might be a defense for the case. In the 2018 Aikens case, the Idaho Supreme Court upheld the dismissal of a charge of failure to report a death on a constitutional issue, specifically the Fifth Amendment. You have the right not to incriminate yourself. Now, she is currently incarcerated on unrelated charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and destruction or concealment of evidence from April 22, with the release date no earlier than 2026. Now, Stacy Wonder has a history of firearms violation and is currently in the custody of the Federal Bureau of Prisons for a total of 12 months and 1 day. That's as of court records dated 3/27 this year. Now, his supervised release has been revoked. Okay. While Stacy was out on supervised release, he had given interviews, but he's been inconsistent about the case. Now, Lucen and Shirtliff have been questioned previously by law enforcement, and they are actively looking to talk to them again. And they believe they have firsthand knowledge of what happened to Michael. Now, on April 17th, in I think it's Kootenai County, Idaho, Brandon Shirtliff was arrested for driving inattentive or careless. I guess I'm not sure. He wasn't paying attention, and he remains in jail with the release date of today, April 21st, 2025. Okay. Now, over the course of the investigation, there have been a few theories out there. From Michael wandered off and succumbed to the elements. Guys, it was over 100 degrees that day. Michael was a victim of a stranger abduction. This is supported by the sudden end of his scent trail. And worse than that was that the family was involved. Now, Brandi and Tyler have been completely transparent with law enforcement and remain fully cooperative. Guys, I've said this and I'll say it again. Anytime you go outside of your house, something nefarious can happen. Michael was just going door to door looking for somebody to play with, and somebody came along and did something bad. Now, from the very beginning, Michael's family has fought to keep his story alive. Brandi Neal has made countless public appeals, interviews, and social media efforts to bring attention to her son's case. And despite harsh criticism and scrutiny, both Brandi and Tyler have maintained their innocence and their focus. They continue to support law enforcement efforts and trust the investigation process. In January of this year, Brandi revealed she is now battling a life threatening illness. But even now, she says she will never stop fighting for answers. She made a promise to Michael she would never give up until he's home. Vigils, fundraisers, and search events and digital campaigns continue to be organized by the Fruitland community. Brandi asked the public to please keep shining light on Monkey's case. The case remains active and open. Investigators continue to pursue leads and they urge the public to come forward. Guys, if you know anything, no matter how small, please contact the Fruitland Police Department. Their tip line is 1-208-642-6006. Guys, this little boy, I mean, look at him. He is adorable. He should be growing up right now. He should be just moving on in his life, celebrating birthdays, playing with his brothers, and going camping with his family. Instead, here we are, me asking, where is Monkey? Every person we cover matters. Every family deserves the truth. Someone out there knows something. If you know anything about that couple or those two guys or something totally different, please, like I said, call the police. Also, share this episode everywhere you can. Let's keep Michael, also known as Monkey, let's keep his name alive. Let's help bring him home. I mean, guys, just the thought of your child going out, knocking on doors, asking if the kids can come out to play, and some horrible human being comes along and does something. I mean, it just breaks my heart. Guys, I mean, if you know of or you have a loved one who's missing and you want us to feature their story on an upcoming episode, or if you're a family member and want to join us for a live interview, contact Amy, our assistant producer, by emailing amy@tcwtmedia.com. We want to get out your loved one's message or someone from your community. Help us get the word out. Okay. Now, this next case is heartbreaking and just as baffling as Michael's in a different way, but even more disturbing in some ways. So, this is the case of Terrence Woods, a 27-year-old TV production assistant who vanished while on a remote film shoot in Orogrande, Idaho, back in 2018. Terrence was 27 and he stood about 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed approximately 130 pounds. He's a black male with black hair and brown eyes. Because he's a good looking dude. Okay. I know I shouldn't say that, but he's a good looking dude. Now, Terrence was born and raised in Capitol Heights, Maryland, and he worked in the television industry. He was known for his work ethic, his calm demeanor, and his ambition. Those who knew him described him as thoughtful, intelligent, and kind. He was soft spoken, and he was passionate about storytelling and loved his family deeply. He had production credits with major networks like the Discovery Channel and National Geographic. Guys, that's a big deal. At the time of his disappearance, he was working with a UK based company, Raw TV, on the show Gold Rush, David Turin's Lost Mine. Now, Terrence had flown from Maryland to Idaho to assist with filming. He had reportedly expressed feeling uneasy about the trip, but followed through with the assignment. Didn't find why he was uneasy. He had worked on remote shoots before, and he had a solid reputation in the industry. But on October 5th, 2018, the production crew was filming near the Pinman Mine, a remote area in the mountains outside of Orogrande, Idaho. Now, around 5:30 p.m., crew members claimed Terrence suddenly dropped his radio that was on his belt and ran into the woods. One guy even said he ran faster than he had seen someone run. And he was not dressed for the rugged terrain or the weather. And this area is known for dense forest, steep cliffs, and old mine shafts. Guys, a guy from Maryland? I don't know. Would he really just drop and run into unknown woods? Because I'm an adventurous girl. I will go knock on a drug dealer's door or a potential murder suspect. I'm not running out into the woods like that. There could be bears and snakes and spiders and people. Okay? There could be things. Now, the team searched briefly before notifying law enforcement. The Idaho County Sheriff's Office was called in and launched a multi-day search involving local volunteer search and rescue teams, state resources for aerial assistance, such as drones and helicopters, and ground teams with search dogs. Okay, and helicopters. The search was extensive given the terrain. Crews searched nearby mine shafts, waterways, and forested slopes, but it was eventually called off with no results. Guys, no trace of Terrence has ever been found. Guys, his phone, passport, and luggage were all left behind at the hotel, raising more questions about what happened. Guys, I get leaving your passport and your luggage at the hotel, but why your phone? Even when I know I'm not gonna have cell service, I take my phone. What if I wanna snap a picture? What just what if, right? No confirmed sightings or evidence have been recovered. Now, there are conflicting accounts of what happened. Guys, and if you wanna go down the Reddit rabbit hole, there's a Reddit rabbit hole about this case, okay? So, if you wanna go down there, you go on ahead. Now, some crew members claim Terrence was acting strangely before he ran off. However, his family disputes this, stating he was not experiencing mental health issues and had never shown any erratic behavior in the past. He was just an all around chill dude, okay? Now, his father, Terrence Sr., has publicly questioned the timeline shared by the production team and believes something more may have happened. Guys, go over to that Reddit rabbit hole. Just type in his name and you will find it. His father has been deeply involved in seeking justice, raising awareness through interviews, podcasts, and advocacies. We might need to see if AP Amy can reach out to Terrence Sr. and see if he wants to talk with us. I have so many questions for him. Terrence's family has never stopped searching for answers, and his family believes that someone on that mountain knows what really happened. Guys, I'm going to just tell you something is up with this case. I mean, something suspicious is up. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I went down the Reddit rabbit hole. Something doesn't make sense. And I think everybody needs to be re interviewed. I don't know. We need to do something. It is an open investigation and tips are being taken. If you have any information, no matter how small, please contact the Idaho County Sheriff's Office at 208 983 1100. Guys, if you know any of those crew members who were working on that production, maybe they've told you something. Guys, people do not keep their mouths zipped, okay? The only way you can keep a secret is for only you to know, and nobody can do that, okay? Please share his story, share his photo. Let's keep his name circulating on social media. Every share counts. Because, guys, this case, it's perplexing. And he was a young man with a bright future in media. And he's gone without a trace in the Idaho wilderness. And still, there's no real answers. And that it couldn't have just, I don't know, it didn't just happen. I just don't believe he can disappear. Okay. Now, Angie says that cameras are constantly rolling, has to be something. I agree. I want to know if you were filming there, weren't there cameras running? And if you ran into the woods to search for him, wouldn't you have turned cameras on? Wouldn't you? Okay. Samantha, you are right. She says, unless someone was like, no need to take your phone, you won't have service. And we have our production camera. True, but unless they tell me I can't take it, I'm taking it with me. I don't know. It's like a whoopee or something at this point in time. But then again, we all know Terry's extra. Okay. So please, I ask this every time we cover these cases. Please share the missing person flyers that are on excuse me, on our social media. Okay, please. Now, I know I've given tips about home before, but I wanted to stress some tips about keeping your home safe, and that includes cameras. Because whether you're off on vacation, working late, or just trying to sleep a little easier, a few smart safety tips can go a long way. Guys, especially if you have kids in the house. Okay. So smile, guys, you're on camera always, okay? Install security cameras at all entry points, front door, back door, garage, and any ground level windows where people can get out. I mean, bonus if you could go for smart cameras that let you monitor things in real time from your phone, because then it's kind of like peace of mind in your pocket. We have that. I love it. Guys, you cannot get in to my house from any window or any door and not be on camera. Okay. If I want to sneak out, I can't sneak out. If somebody wants to sneak in, they can't sneak in. And we have a camera in our kitchen because our back door goes into the kitchen and then the two different garage doors. So I even have a camera where you can see me doing dishes occasionally because I do dishes. So you need to have those because if you have those, you can go back and look and say, okay, I saw him go outside at this time. Like when our cat was missing, I was able to say exactly what time Dora the Explorer went out when she didn't come home. So it also is good for your pets. Okay. Also, you need motion activated floodlights. They are a must because nothing will scare off a potential intruder faster than being spotlighted like they're on a reality show that they didn't sign up for. I know I have floodlight cameras, and I'm still shocked when they go off and I go out into the back 40. I'm like, "Oh, who's watching me?" And I have to say, "Yeah, we have lights." Also, lock it down. This one does feel obvious, but you'd be surprised. Even I forget to lock my front door. Okay. Lock your doors and windows. If you have kids at home, little flip lock on the top of your door, flip it over. What's good about that? Somebody tries to break in, it gives you a little extra protection. But if they can undo deadbolts and undo a door lock, they still can't open that door to get out. Okay. put it on your garage door. When, our grandson is here during the summer and our granddaughter, Monkey Butt and Action Jackson, we have that so they won't go get in the pool, won't fall in the pool, but also if they try to leave and go out somewhere. I mean, little monkey was just wanting to go play with someone, okay? So, also, guys, keep it off the Instagram. Don't post vacation pictures until you're back unless someone is staying at your house, okay? Because broadcasting that your home is empty is like saying, "Hey, I'm not home, come steal all my stuff." Okay, don't do that. Also, guys, just so y'all know, like, for me, I don't post stuff on Instagram to say where I'm actually at the minute it happens. I do it after I leave. I've had people comment, "Oh, wow, you're having lunch at 2 a.m.?" No, I just posted it at 2 a.m. because I didn't want you to know where I was at lunch because I didn't want you to come and find me, okay? Now, also remember those camera doorbells aren't just for delivery drivers and knowing when somebody steals your package, okay? You also can hear what people are saying, okay? And you can see people. Guys, also, if you have big overgrown shrubs near your windows, trim those suckers back or put a camera because somebody can get behind those shrubs and get into your windows, okay? So, I know Angie just said turn your location data off. I don't do that. I take the picture so it has the data in it, but then I don't post it till later. I don't turn off my location because I want my pictures to put where it is. So if I ever need to go back and say San Antonio, it'll give me all my pictures from San Antonio. I'm weird that way. Here's a big thing, guys. Check your security in your cameras often. They stop working sometimes, and if they're on the internet, they will go dark sometimes. We had it happen with one of our cameras out by the pool. I was out of town, and I had to call Double H and say, "Hey, I was just trying to check things since I'm not at the house, and the camera's not working." Okay? But uh-oh, Angie says, "Note to you, Terry, that was everyone, but guess you need to also." I know, I need to, but I don't care if people know where the picture's taken as long as I don't post it when I'm there, if that makes sense, okay? So those are my tips, and I did those again because I really wanted to stress about the door lock, the flip latch at the top if you have kids. Kids get curious, okay? Kids get curious. The other thing, if you have a refrigerator in your garage, make sure that they can't open an automatic garage door because they can slip out through that too. Okay. Now, I want to thank you all for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again on Wednesday for our next episode of Midday Missing. Please remember we will not be starting until about 12:15 because of live court streaming with Llama on the couch. Also, True Crime and Wine Time every Thursday. This week, we are uncovering a cop's deadly agenda. The chilling, the chilling. Sorry, guys, I have a tickle in my throat and it is just not going away. The chilling crimes of Austin Lee Edwards. And for those of you that have been watching the Zizian, we are back this Sunday to wrap up our multi-part deep dive into the Zizians Unveiled. Now, if you haven't caught up, you can find all of our videos and our playlist under Zizians on YouTube. If you're listening to this on the podcast, you can find them all on the podcast app. Also, don't forget, you can join our Facebook group. That is where we will post our person, missing person posters, as well as share other missing person flyers that we verify. And if you come over and follow us on all of our other social media, then you can see the pictures of where I've been after I'm back, all of my craziness. I think I posted pictures this morning. If not, I will, of my peep teenies that we had yesterday for Easter. So you can follow me, Terry True Crime, everywhere, or True Crime and Wine Time. And guys, as always, please stay safe, stay aware, and help these families bring their loved ones home. Guys, all it takes is a little tip, okay? Even with Monkey, they're presuming, something bad has happened to him. They still want to have him home and bury him. So don't think just because they're presumed deceased that we need to stop looking, because we don't, guys. We can't stop looking. So stay safe, guys. See you on Wednesday.